Hi, this is Shanda Rubin, and you're listening to Brothers on Tennis.
Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? This is your boy Isaac.
And this is your boy Bryce.
And we are Brothers on Tennis. And folks, we got some tennis to untangle for you tonight.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. Y'all, we going in from one master series or one 1,000 event to another 1,000 event. There is a lot that has happened over the last week. There's a lot coming up this week. Bryce, I'm trying to tell you, bro, I'm excited about tennis right now, man. How you feeling?
Good. And you know what? There's a lot of stuff happening off the court too that we're gonna have to talk about. But
yes.
But right now I am back home. I am in the Natty, Cincinnati.
Right.
Shout out JJ Wolf and shout out Katie McNally. I just finished putting some La Rosa's pizza down my throat. And for those of you that don't know, when you were in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I shouldn't be shouting them out like that because we're not getting no check from them.
I know, right? But anyway,
right.
but I'm with you, though.
We're going to go ahead and just let you know. You got to get you some La Rosa's pizza, whether you get it at Kings Island, whether you get it at the ATP, whether you get it at just one of the regular restaurants. Every time I come home, I got to make sure I get my fill. I'm sure I'll get it a couple more times before I get out of here. But no, man.
That's right, brother.
All that to say, my belly is feeling as good as I'm feeling about the tennis right now.
I love it, bro. I love it, love it, love it. And brother, real quick, what we also love is, hey, our partnership with Locker Room, which is what we are doing this podcast on. So if you are listening to this as a podcast, know that the Locker Room app, if you got an Apple product, you need to get it because it's for sports fans, folks. So you want to make sure that you come and just hang out with the folks that talk the same sports talk that you talk. And understand that it is now available in beta on Android. So we're making great progress there. So again, a great forum in which you can talk sports with folks who are also interested in what you're interested in, which is what we're doing today because we talk tennis, folks. There's a lot going on, NBA. There's all kinds of sports talk going on under this app, but we specifically are talking tennis. So get that Locker Room app downloaded and come and join us. Yo.
So let's not even delay anymore, Mr. Golden. Let's go ahead and let's get it in on the great tennis we had last week. We were in Madrid.
Yes.
Last week for 1,000 series for both the men and the women.
Yes.
And who do you want to start with, the men or the women?
Oh man, both sides were so good. Let's go with the men. Let's start with the men. Why not?
All right. So, once again, here was a tournament that is on red clay in Europe. That our default was Mr. Rafael Nadal was the prohibitive favorite. And we know that this, relative to the other red clay court tournaments in Europe, this is the one that he's been the least successful at. I think he's won it only 5 times.
Only 5 times.
Only 5 times. And we understand that the conditions are a little different. They have the high altitude thing going on there. But nonetheless, he was the favorite coming into the tournament. And all I'm going to say is I would have never guessed that Alexander Zverev was going to win this tournament.
I don't even understand how to even talk about this in the right way because there is no way there's no way I would have thought that Zverev would have won this tournament. Absolutely not. But in truth, Bryce, he in my head was the only one that deserved to win.
Right. Especially when you look at his path.
Exactly. Based on who he beat. It's boy. Yeah.
So for those of you that don't remember, he started off, beating, he had a bye in the first round.
Right.
Then he beat Nishikori, who, look, if you haven't been paying attention, Nishikori is on the way back.
He's back in form. Yes, he is, which I'm so excited about because I likes me some K. I like K. Yes.
So although he took him out 3-2, I mean, that was still a quality win.
Yes.
Then he took out, I guess, the new clay court specialist, Dan Evans,
Right.
who knew? But he took him out,
Yep.
and
Yep.
then he straight set it Nadal 4-4.
Yeah, we need to unbundle that entire match because because listen, there's a lot of things. Now, see, okay, here's where, and you probably gonna laugh, and I don't know, a lot of you may listen to this and be like, Isaac, what you talking about? But listen, Nadal, in my opinion, started out that match very well. Typical Nadal. I felt like Nadal was basically on track to get him yet another victory on clay against a top 10 player. Easy.
Right.
What in my head caused this match to flip. And I don't know if you're going to agree with me or not, but I'm going to go and put this out there. Nadal was playing great tennis up until there was a call that was made. There was a call where I believe a shot that Zverev hit was out and it wasn't called. Nadal played the ball and Nadal's shot went out, but he didn't really challenge it like immediately. He hit his shot, kind of saw that it was going out, and then he went and looked at the mark and was like, yo, I think Zverev's ball was out.
Right.
They did the review, which they shouldn't have done in truth, because again, Nadal had played the point. They did the review, and the ball actually was out, and the umpire awarded the point to Nadal. Zverev then went to the chair and was like, "Yo, what's this about? That is not fair. That ain't right. Blah blah blah." And for me, I felt like Nadal kind of noticed that. And because Nadal, he's such a great sportsman. He's such a great person. I think he actually got mental because of the fact that he knew in a sense that was wrong, that it was time out. He shouldn't have actually been able to challenge that. And then for him to challenge it and the point go the reverse, I honestly think that made him mental, because after that point, because I was watching that, after that point happened, Nadal's game declined. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. And that just shows to me the quality of person and sportsman that Nadal is, because I think he felt bad and it got in his mental, which threw him off his game. Because and I don't want to necessarily take anything away from Sasha, because Sasha started playing some good tennis.
Yeah, he did.
Sasha was like, listen, and he got pissed about it and was like, well, I'm just going to start slapping shots. But he was slapping those shots because Nadal was hitting those balls short. He had so many balls that were flying, that were short in the court, that you just don't see from Nadal, and he was not doing that at the first part of the match. And to me was a sign that he got mental and he got off of his game and didn't know how to get back on. So I don't know if y'all will agree with me or not, but I noticed that. I always notice those little things that tend to happen to swing matches. I feel like that was something significant that happened to Nadal, and it threw him off his game. I'm going to stop there.
Well, and it's funny because I was looking at it from the other side. I was looking at it from the perspective of, I thought Zverev got pissed. And so he was like, okay, I'm just going all out. And there were two things that Zverev did in this tournament that he hadn't necessarily been doing that I think helped him have the success that he did. Number one, we didn't have all the double faults.
Right.
That he normally has. So that was a big thing. But the other part was how aggressive he was on his ground strokes. Yes. And sometimes, Zverev can be a little passive, a little, kind of ball rallying-ish. But he was going for his shots. And exactly like you said, because Nadal's balls were falling short, he was stepping in and he was going for it. And I can't remember who said this, and it may have been Miles who said this, but someone said that at Madrid, because of the altitude, the tall players do very well. And so if you look at the finals, Zverev versus Berrettini,
right.
Those were two very tall guys. And Zverev, I mean, look, I don't care. You can put all of these little situations in the mix. Anytime you beat the undisputed king of clay on clay, no matter what the extra particulars are, that's
Right.
a huge accomplishment. And
Right.
I'm gonna just move us forward a little bit, because
Yep. Do it.
even after he beat Nadal, I think I even told my mom, I was like, okay, well, team's gonna go ahead and take care of business now. And Isaac Zverev wasn't hearing it.
If Zverev was like, listen, I got enough scar tissue from that U.S. Open final. Bitch, no. You are not. You're not going to get up on me. Especially now that I got me a victory against Nadal in straight sets.
Right.
And Dominic Thiem ain't nobody trying to play with you. And he got a hold of Dominic Thiem and started yanking him around. I was like, boy, impressed, bro. Impressed.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you what, even before Dominic Thiem played Zverev, there was another series of results that really surprised me, and that was John Isner. I was very surprised that he first beat RBA
right.
on clay.
Right.
And then I was surprised that he beat Rublev.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like you said, that altitude. When you got that big old serve that John Isner got, and he plays aggressive tennis, it's going to be hard for a your typical ground, because he's not going to give you any rhythm. He's just going to be blasting balls, and I feel like that's a lot of what he did. And it goes back to what you were saying, is that altitude, it plays right into those bigger guys' repertoire. They just can hit big and basically blow folks off the court, and that to me is what John did. Hell, John should have actually beat Dominic Thiem.
Right, yeah.
I mean, and being serious, because to me, he played an incredible first set and a half. And then I think Thiem actually, adjusted, and he forced John to come into the net kind of in the middle of that second set. And John just wasn't putting away his volleys, which is I mean, he's good at volleys. He's not, Ivo Karlovic, where you always see him at the net. But he's pretty good, but he just was not making his volleys whatsoever. And that allowed Thiem to get back into it. Go ahead, bro.
I think I saw Nicholas Masood, Thiem's coach, from the sideline, whispering, "You're playing John Isner." And I think, Thiem was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm playing Isner.
I forgot. He's American. I can get up on him.
Yeah, let me put this backhand on him." So he woke up there.
Yes, he did.
But you know what, Isaac? Like, when we were talking about this draw on last week's show, we were saying it was really top heavy. All the people who we considered true contenders for the title were in the top half of the draw. So let's talk about some of this madness that happened in the bottom half of the draw.
Oh, my goodness. Yes.
I mean...
but really quickly, let me just say this. Happy birthday to Carlos Alcaraz. You got your chance to play Nadal.
Yep.
And he went to the bread store on you, as we said he was, and said, "Here's your breadstick, here's your whole biscuit. Happy birthday."
Put a candle in it.
So quietly, while he, will be the future of Spanish men's tennis, I think, and we both said this, Nadal is going to put them thangs on him, because he is not about to be showed up by no teenage man.
No. He don't care what the altitude is. We got you right here.
Exactly. So, keep on going, bro. So, bottom half.
Yeah, so bottom half of the draw, I think, let's just roll through this. There were several interesting stories.
Yes.
Number one, who is having nightmares about Aslan Karatsev right now, is Diego Schwartzman. Because Karatsev was like, you know what? Each and every time I see you, I'm going to beat you down. And Karatsev took a whole biscuit in the first set.
Yes, he did.
But he made sure he gave him that breadstick in the third.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. He and Schwartzman was talking. He was like, "Yep, I want my revenge." Aslan was like, "Okay, be careful what you wish for."
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, man. He came and put them things on him, and and it's always going to be tough on Diego. He has to, in my opinion, I shouldn't say top players, but guys can really blow him off the court. So he has to kind of hope that they're having an off day in order for him to really be able to, to have a good day, if you will. And yeah, against Aslan, that's just not a good matchup for him. He's got too much power, way too much power,
way too much. And then we had White Kyrgios, who is, is Bublik.
He's so crazy. I love that dude.
Even though
Bryce. I love him.
I like him personality-wise way more than I like Kyrgios. But,
Yeah.
I mean, he was clowning. I mean, he took out Fushkovich, he took out Shapovalov, and he took out Karatsev.
Yeah. He's got that game, man, where he's so unpredictable. And he's just, you never know what's going to happen. So, and unfortunately for Aslan, he just threw so much stuff at him that he was just like, I'm confused.
Right.
And just wiped him off the court. So, yeah, I really like him. His game it's hard. It would be hard for me to be a fan of his, though, because of the fact that he's always going to be inconsistent. Just
it's a Kyrgios factor. Yeah.
Exactly. He's just got his mind just is all over the place, and he's very creative. And while that may be fun at times, it doesn't, in my opinion, lead to consistent results.
Right.
So it would be hard being a fan of his because I don't know that I see him consistently winning matches that he should win. But in this occasion, he got him a couple really nice wins. So
he clowned, and I told Prakash, I said, look, I think we need to get Bublik on our show. He looks like he's a good interviewer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue with the madness in the bottom half of the draw. So,
yes,
a lot of people's kind of new favorite, Casper Ruud.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, he took out FAA in the first round.
Easily.
Yeah, 1-4. Then took out Nishioka, which, that was probably meant to happen.
Expected.
Right.
Yeah.
But then he took out Tsitsipas, who had been actually one of the hottest players on the clay recently. And then he proceeded to show Bublik what time it was.
Exactly. Yeah, I think Bublik kind of lost it once he kind of got broke in that first set to lose 7-5. He mentally, I just think he wasn't playing the right type of tennis against Casper Ruud and ended up taking that bread walking out the door. And besides, he was in his, it was to get into his first Masters semifinal. So, that also had to have been weighing on his mind as well. But Casper just stepped up and took it.
Right.
Yeah.
And so congratulations to him.
Yes.
And then, at the bottom we had Medvedev. We were waiting to see, how he looked on clay. He took out my boy Davidovich Fokina, which I thought was a good win for him because Davidovich Fokina is no joke. But he met up against Garin, who was like, nah, no clay perpetrators out here today.
Exactly.
But
to be real.
But really, the story down there was the reemergence of Berrettini, and if we remember, Berrettini started off this year very strong, and then he got hurt. Did he get hurt at the Australian, or was it like right before or right after the Australian? I can't remember. But he got hurt, and so he was out a while. But it looks like he's picking right back up where he left off.
Yeah, he is. I need to start giving Berrettini a little bit more credit for his clay court game because I just have not. I didn't see this coming. If I'm being honest with you, I didn't see him beating Aslan in the in that Serbian tournament in the final. I did not see him getting to the final of Madrid whatsoever. He was probably, he wasn't even on my radar, to be honest. Even in that bottom half, which was a bit light, I just wouldn't have necessarily picked him. But he's showing his stuff, man. He's playing some great tennis and played a great final as well. Are you all right?
I'm choking like Berrettini did in that final.
Oh,
sorry.
Well, yeah. Well, but I tell you what, for him to even make it to them semis, he got a little bit of a choke factor from Christian Garin as well, because you saw Garin.
That's true.
He had that first set and was well on his way to winning in that second set. And you talk about somebody choking it out. Garin was just like, that weight of that making this first semifinal just got on him like
Right.
some, yeah, it was ugly, man. I was like, oh, bruh, you gonna let it go like this? Berrettini won like, what was it, the last 9 or 10 or maybe even 11 straight games on him or something like that?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was something crazy.
It wasn't pretty.
No.
And Sasha just verified for us that he actually got hurt, Berrettini got hurt at the Australian Open.
Got it.
So yeah, but no, I think he has completely, reemerged as a factor.
Exactly.
In the men's game, and like I said, I mean, I think everybody knows I'm not the biggest Sasha Zverev fan, but like you said, for this week,
yes,
he was the best player out there.
Absolutely. You don't beat Nadal and team, and that's a phenomenal week on clay. Come on now,
Right.
I'm giving him mad respect. I don't necessarily like the kid that much, but I give him mad respect for what he did on court this week. That was tremendous. He deserved that title.
Right. And he broke the tie with Medvedev. Both of them had 3 Master Series apiece out of this next generation. And now Zverev has moved ahead one with 4.
That's amazing. Good stuff.
Very good men's tournament. Let's switch over to the ladies.
Yes. Woo. That was yeah, the ladies were on fuego. We had talked initially about kind of the first couple rounds, of course, because they had already started when we did our last show. But some of these other, well, Bryce, I want to make some time to talk doubles.
Yes.
So I want to, because there's just, I am so confused. I'm so confused. But I want to make some time. But we'll talk about singles first, because the doubles, there's just a lot of stuff I want to pick your brain on because I'm confused. But anyway, we'll start off, of course, with the singles. Let's start with that Barty Kvitova match, bro. What were your thoughts on that?
I kind of had predicted that that Barty was, we were predicting that she was going to, well, I was actually predicting that she was going to win the whole tournament, right?
Right.
And I was talking to somebody and I was telling them, because somebody was trying to really pump up Kvitova to me. And I say, I do like her and she's got a great game and she's got massive weapons. But there's something that, for me, with Kvitova at times, prevents her from coming through in the big matches. Mm-hmm. And I'm not exactly sure what it is. Because she's got the game, right?
Yes.
She completely has the game. I don't know if it's a mental thing. I'm really not sure, but, when Barty lost, first of all, Barty came out there and gave her that breadstick. I thought it was going to be a really short day.
Right.
And then, Kvitova ends up winning the second set, which I thought was actually kind of miraculous that she turned that around. Mm-hmm. But one of the things that I admire the most about Ash Barty is her ability to reset.
Right.
When, your coach always tells you when a set's over, It doesn't matter if you lost a 6-love or 7-6. It's a set in the bag, right? Yep. And you start over. And Ash is probably one of the best that I've seen at that on the women's tour.
I would agree, bro, for sure. Because she's got all those weapons. She's got all the variety. So she's somebody who can definitely dig into her tool bag and pull out some, things. If something's not working one set, hey, well, let's jump in the bag and get this wrench, get this hammer out, and hey, let's do something different. So
right.
She definitely has a lot of that variety that gives her the ability to do that. And she's just so mentally strong. So she did a great job in that match.
It was no surprise to me that she made it, to the finals. Svitolina went out in the first round to Jill Teichman, which,
Yeah.
when we saw the draw, we knew that was a potential kind of funny match. Joanna Conta continues to be on retirement watch for me.
Right.
And so the bottom half, if you go to the bottom half, very much like Medvedev, we were excited to see what Osaka was going to look like on clay, because we know that's been a challenge for her. And I was, she played, Misaki Doi in the first round, and Osaka
She got through that.
with the Japanese players, she's like Rafa with the Spanish players. I mean, it's
Right.
it's beat down central, right?
Right.
But Muhova was like, move over, because you're not ready for this.
Yeah,
And
Muhova got that confidence, bro. She got
she
that
does.
confidence, man. She's riding a nice little wave. I like that young lady.
Right. And she battled to win, because she beat Osaka in 3, giving her a
Mm-hmm.
breadstick in the third set.
Yep.
And maybe even more impressive to me was her win over Sakari.
Right. That was a battle, dude. That was a battle. She came out on fire though. She gave her that bagel that first set and was like, "Here, you look hungry."
Right.
And then Sakari was like, "Oh, I got some Greek yogurt for you," and got that thing to a tiebreaker in the second. And I'm telling you, man, that was a great match. It really, really was. Back and forth. Sakura, she always bringing that fire, man. I love that young lady. And but just on the day, Muhova was like, "No, I got this." And just unexpectedly, she got that victory, man.
But I don't think I ever questioned that Sabalenka was going to be the one to come through that bottom half.
Okay. So first of all, Sabalenka played her doubles partner.
And made her tap out.
And if you notice, Bryce, her doubles partner is playing with Aisha Muhammad this week. So I don't know what happened there, because Sabalenka playing. Salty. She was like, "You ain't gonna hurt me and then get on the same side of the court as me. You ain't gonna do it." So so that's why I said the doubles game got me confused, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, she got a hold of a doubles partner and made her tap out, and then Pavlyuchenkova, who had an incredible tournament.
Yes,
incredible.
Yes, she did.
And like I said, Pavlyuchenkova is not the one to play with. She got a big old game, and when her game is on, similar to what's the other girl's name? Big hitter, I can never remember her name. Kaya Kanepi.
Yes.
Kanepi and Pavlyuchenkova, y'all, if you see them in the draw, be afraid, because them ladies can bring the game on any day. And it just so happens that Pavlyuchenkova was in great spirits this week. She got a hold of Pliskova and was like, "You look hungry. Let me give you this bagel." She got a hold of Jim Brady, and that was actually a great match. It was a 3-setter. She did her thing, pulled that out. And like I said, and then she got to Muhova and was like, "Hey, 2 tiebreakers, boom, boom. I'm in the semis of a Masters." Very strong week for her. But then she got to Sabalenka.
Yeah. Sabalenka's like, "I am not trying to be out here long. I know I got to play Barty. I'm not trying to waste a whole lot of energy. Come on, let's get through this.
Let's get through this." And so she straight said to her, gave her a whole biscuit in one of them sets, and was like, "Listen, I'm in another final, and I'm playing Barty again." What was it, the third time in 5 weeks? I think they were saying that that matchup happened, which is insane. So we know the hot players on the tour. What was your thoughts, bruh, on that final?
Well, I was very surprised, as everybody should have been, to see Sabalenka serve up the hot bagel to Barty in the first set. I don't think anyone. I mean, Barty has supposedly one of the best serves on the women's tour, and couldn't hold it not one time in that first set. But like we were just saying, there's no one better at resetting, than Ash Barty. So she lost that 6-love set. She came back
Right.
and she won the second set 6-3. And to be very honest with you, this is where I was surprised because I thought after Barty won that second set, it was like, okay, here we go. She's about to run us out. So I give Sabalenka a lot of credit for coming back and taking that third set.
Right. Exactly. It was an incredible match, man. Because you could tell she was right on that borderline in that third set of going off, Sabalenka. Because she was getting a little bit, she was getting fired up and she was trying to keep herself positive. But you could tell if one additional shot didn't go her way, it might have been, bad. But she hung in there and mentally fought. And yeah, she just outlasted Barty on the day, and she really played some good tennis, and she earned that title. And I'm gonna tell you what, the little dance at the end had me rolling. I was like, "You get it, girl. Go on, do your little snap dance. Go on, get it, because you deserve it." I like Sabalenka a lot, bro.
Let me tell you what, I watch a lot of her videos on Instagram and social media. She just seems like a really fun person.
I know, right?
She seems like a really fun person, someone that you'd like to meet, and that would be really cool. So that's good to see somebody that can be, because she's very intense on the court, but it's good to see when she's off the court, she appears not to be like that at all.
Right. And in truth, bro, I really like kind of her I like her intensity, but I also like the fact that she keeps it relatively, she'll hit a great shot. You don't see her doing all these crazy fist pumps and everything. It's just like she kind of stays within herself, which I actually like that a lot. I see Miles just say she is a little bit loud with her grunting. Yes, she is. But overall, I just like the balance that she strikes as far as her intensity goes, as far as just her, just I don't know. You could just tell that she's really focused on being a top player, and I really feel like she's really getting over that hump, and yeah, I feel like she is now stapling her spot in the top 10. I don't know that I see her falling out of that anymore.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, honestly, Sabalenka is probably playing top 5 ball.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Right now,
exactly.
She's playing top 5 ball.
Yeah, I would put her right behind Naomi and Barty for sure.
Yeah,
as a third. Well, Mugu is still in there. We're gonna see how she fares. But I would say those would be my top 4 right now. And don't get me wrong, there's always the Serena factor.
Right.
I feel like on the day Serena can wipe any of them up. But those would be my top 4 as far as how they've started 2021. Those ladies have been doing the deal. They've been doing it.
I can't disagree with you. So let's jump in. So congratulations to Sabalenka. That was a huge win for her. And still, congratulations to Barty. Ain't no shame in making the finals of 1,000 series tournament.
Exactly.
She's not about to fall out of number 1 or nothing like that.
Right.
So, not like some other people. And by the way, let me just say this before we continue on. I'm recognizing we're about halfway through the show. I am looking at a list of hot topics that we have to go through that we're not going to do on this show, that we're going to hit on Instagram tonight.
Yeah.
You do not want to miss Instagram Live tonight.
That's
I'm just
right.
telling y'all.
Just saying.
It's going to be fire.
Because it's halfway in and we haven't even started even talking about the Italian. And we still got doubles from last week to talk about.
And this hot topics list is fire. So anyway, let's talk about the doubles you were mentioning.
Please help me understand what is going on with dubs. So you got Schurz, who was supposed to be playing with our girl Nicole.
Yep.
But then for some reason in this Master Series, Nicole is playing with Dabrowski. And we already know that Dabrowski and Nicole are battling for the number 10 spot for the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
So how is it that Schurz plays with Dabrowski, and now in Italian, she back with Nicole?
Well, and
what is this?
And this is me trying to, I be playing these imaginary scenarios in my mind when I don't have the facts, right?
Right.
Because didn't Nicole play with Coco Gauff?
She did, and they lost in the first
and they
round.
took the L in the first round.
Right.
My thing is, and we're going to talk about this on Instagram Live, the whole Olympic situation. So
Okay.
if you want to hear about that, you want to get up.
Tune in. That's right.
But I'll just give you a little sneak peek. One of the things that they're starting to say now is that Coco Gauff has an outside chance of making the Olympic squad.
Ooh.
And so what, in my mind, I was thinking was Coach Kathy Rinaldi may have put it in Nicole Melicar's ear that if Coco Gauff makes the squad, y'all two might play doubles together. Because we know Nicole can't play doubles with Demi Shores because she's not an American.
Right.
So I was thinking like, oh, maybe they took this opportunity to play together to, try to see what that looks like. Well, like you said, they took an L in the first round.
Right.
But that's what I'm guessing. Because it doesn't look like Shores and Melicar fell out. Cause like you said, they're back together this week.
Exactly. But it just kind of made it's tough because of the fact that they lost in the first round, and then you got Dabrowski and Schurz who made the final of a ladies' masters or a 1,000 event. So point wise, and I was just looking at these points, they are less than 100 points apart, Nicole and Dabrowski, for that number 10 spot. Now Nicole is holding on to it, but like I said, Dabrowski's behind her by 95 points, and then you got Zhu, who is behind her by even 100. So it's like that number 10 spot, bruh. It can go all kinds of different ways. So I'm just sitting here like, this is crazy.
And here's the other thing that we don't know of these imaginary conversations I have in my head.
Right.
Is that Catherine Rinaldi may have already put it in Nicole's head. Like, look, you're our top U.S. doubles player. You're going to be on the squad.
Right.
So Nicole may not even be sweating the top 10 thing anymore, right?
Good point.
She'd be like, I'm on the squad. I'm the number one American women's doubles player. Coach Kathy done already told me that I'm good. Let me try some of these things she wants me to try out since she knows I'm going to be on the squad. So, yeah, because the top 10 thing, remember, all it meant was it guaranteed her spot. Otherwise, it leaves it up to the coach's discretion. And it would be really foul if you think about it if Coach Kathy put somebody else on there above Nicole.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. No, exactly. Because she's the top doubles player. So, I mean, she's earning that right, if you will.
Right.
But it is so very interesting to me. And on the whole Makoko thing, unfortunately, Mchale didn't make, I guess, the trip over to this.
Right.
So now Coco is actually playing with Kudermetova, which I was like, what is that about?
And did you see what they did today?
No, I didn't. I didn't see the results. What did they do?
They served up 2 bagels.
Ooh!
They served up 2 bagels today.
So,
and I liked that pairing when I saw it. I said, Coco and Kudermetova?
Yeah, Kudermetova. Listen, Kudermetova is no joke, Bryce. Kudermetova has got some game. I like that young lady. I like her intensity. I like her fight. Oh yeah.
So Katie McNally might want to get her singles game tight because
she might want to hurry up, right?
Because she good in doubles, but she ain't that good. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Shoot. I mean, if we can replace Eddie Kane Jr. in the 5 heartbeats, we can replace Katie McNally.
We sure can replace Katie McNally.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw the question out there, Rhonda. They beat some no names. I don't even know these names actually. They Bronzetti and Brancaccio. Yeah, I'm messing their names up. So it was basically a no name team, but still the fact that they served them up is pretty...
Anytime you serve up somebody in the first round of a Masters Series tournament, a 1,000 level tournament, they good enough to get a game. Right? Or they should be.
Should be.
All right.
Just saying. Oh man. So so that was the Dubs. Yeah, that was the stuff I wanted to ask you about. And of course the Mertens thing, which had me crying.
Yeah.
Because her leg was supposed to be hurt, but apparently she's still in the doubles, but she ain't in the doubles with her girl. She's playing with Shea Sway.
Ooh. Well,
Don't get me wrong. That's a good alternative.
she didn't downgrade. Now is Sabalenka playing in the doubles this week?
She is not. So she's only playing in
Okay.
singles. So it might be because she's like tired or something, and just. But I just thought that was pretty hilarious that she made her tap out, and then they didn't. And then they not
Right.
in the double drop
Well,
for next
and
week.
remember, I'm still surprised that they're playing because
Right.
remember Sabalenka had said last year that she was going to play less doubles to focus in on her singles.
Right. And she should, to be very honest with you, because like I said, she's getting, if you're making it to Masters or 1000 series finals, you might want to just ease up on the doubles. You know.
Right. And let's also give credit where credit's due. Shout out to Mertens because this week she is the number one doubles player in the world.
That's right.
She got a shout out from Kim Kleisters who said, "Welcome to the club."
Nice. I love it. That's right. Belgium. That's right.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Now we're gonna jump over here to Italy, but you know what we're gonna do, Isaac?
Yo.
We're gonna start real quick with doubles, and this time we're gonna start on the men's doubles because there is one result I want to talk about.
Got it. Let's go.
Now we may question Daniil Medvedev's singles on clay, but apparently him and this Brazilian guy, Demon Linares or whatever, I don't even know who he is. They put it on Jamie Murray and Bruno Suarez today.
Did they for real, bro? I saw the draw. I saw that they played. I didn't see any of the doubles results though. But yeah.
Ooh. They lost the first set 6-3, won the second set in tiebreaker, and won the match tiebreak 10-4.
Wow, that's a good scalp. That's a really
huge
good scalp.
Win.
Yeah,
that's a huge win. So
wow.
I'm not sure who they're gonna. Well, there's some busters they may play next.
So they got a shot.
Yeah, who would have thunk Medvedev?
Not me, especially not on the double side on clay. But good for him. He's trying to get his game right, and that's how you do it. Play a little bit of doubles, get yourself right.
Right. So since we started with the men on Madrid, let's start with the women, and let's actually start with the qualifying tournament. Because when you looked at the qualifying draw, this could have been a 250 draw someplace.
Quietly, because, hey, you had Sloane as the top seed.
You sure did. And we know 250 is about her zone now. So the first thing that I wanted to call out, I'm
crazy.
Sorry, did I say that? I'm sorry. It's true. You need to spend less time taking all these photos on Instagram and get them ground strokes right. Anyway, so I was surprised that in the first round of qualifying that Leila Fernandez lost to Christina Mchale.
Yeah, isn't that something? That would definitely not have been the result that I would have expected. But,
no.
Christina Mchale was like, "Listen, I got something for you, little lefty."
Yeah, you look kind of light in the shoes over there. Let's go ahead and work on this. The other thing, and she's not getting a lot of shine for what she's doing, but if people are paying attention, it is a heck of a job Vera Zavana Rava, who has come back after having a kid, is doing. She made it through qualifying again and is in the main draw. And people are not talking about Zavana Rava, and she is somebody that you might not want to face in the draw.
Yeah, if your game ain't right, you do not want to face Vera because she got a solid game, both sides. Forehand, backhand, just a good game overall. So
can handle business at the net. Yep.
That's right.
And then I just wanted to call out that in the qualifying for both the men and the women, we had Tiafoe had to qualify,
right?
Which he didn't because he had to tap out. He hurt his hip trying to run for a ball that And then Sloane Stephens didn't qualify. But because Muhova withdrew, she got the lucky loser spot. And not only did she get the lucky loser spot, she got the lucky loser spot because she drew in the first round Madison Keys. And we know Sloane is going to probably walk out there with one racket, and probably will skip the morning practice because it's just going to be muscle memory.
Exactly. She's like, oh yeah, I know how to do this. I can close my eyes.
Right. I can't beat nobody in this main draw but Madison Keys. So thank you for giving me her in the first round. If I was Madison, I'd just go ahead and pull out,
Oh man.
But yeah, so anyway, the qualifying was very exciting, but on the women's side, we had some very good matches that have already happened. But
yes,
what are you thinking? We unfortunately with the withdrawal of Muhova, we also had I'm so surprised that Andreescu pulled out. How
isn't that shocking?
Yeah, that never happens.
That never happens. Come on.
She need to go find a day job. And then I was surprised. Venus pulled out.
Yeah, I did see that. Now that one I was like, oh, now what's going on? Because she cited the knee again, so that has me a little bit concerned.
I hadn't heard what. Okay, it was the knee again.
So I don't know what that was about, or I don't know what it's about. But yeah, she cited the knee, which had me a little disappointed. So
well, and I know that she is still in for Strasbourg next week.
Okay.
She has not pulled out of Strasbourg, so we'll keep our fingers crossed that maybe she'll be better, for that.
Mm-hmm.
But
yes.
but even with that, this is an amazing, amazing tournament. Once again, we have Ash Barty as the top seed. We have Osaka as the number 2 seed. You still have all the usual suspects in there. Sabalenka and Muguruza is back, and Swiatek is out there, and Serena,
our girl Serena, she's back in the fold.
Yeah, first chance to see how she's doing. So, of the early results that we've seen so far, we had a really nice win by Coco Gauff this morning over Putintseva.
Yes, very nice. She had to fight through that one.
She did.
Because, Putintseva scrappy. She
scrappy. Is. And Putintseva tried to use the moon balls and all that. And,
right.
And Gauff wasn't trying to hear none of that in the third set. So
no.
That was big. And then also, I was surprised that Shelby Rogers lost to Petra Martic, because I didn't know Martic could beat anybody, really.
Yeah, she's always the one where you're just like, you're there again?
How are
you there?
Why is your name in bold?
Right, but she gets some victories, man. She it took her out in 3 sets, 3 tough sets, but she got that W.
And I tell you who's probably the happiest person about that is Belinda Bencic, because Shelby Rogers would have been a much tougher out for her. She gonna drive Martic.
You would think, right? Bruh. Here's one thing though and I wanted to get your take on is, and I know that this is my girl. I really like her, but it seems like she is not on she's not having a good start, and that's Ali Risk. You saw she had to pull out or retire against Swiatek today.
Yeah, I saw that, and it was so funny because I was on Twitter this morning and I saw somebody saying, Ali Risk is putting them things on Swiatek. The next thing I looked up, I saw her. I saw her on the mat tapping out.
She got in that chokehold and was like, "Girl."
Right. Look, let's be clear. We know that Ali Risk is waiting for it to change to grass.
This is very true because she liked that grass. Yeah, she show out on grass.
Right, but she needs to, do as well as she can on clay, because once again, in that recent update we had on the Olympic squad, she's projected to move past Madison Keys for that 4th spot for playing singles in the Olympics.
Oh, wow. I didn't recognize that. Okay.
Yeah, so because they said Madison Keys has a lot of points to defend, and it doesn't look like she's going to do that. So, so I hope Ali is recovering and is going to be all right, because we'd love to see her on the Olympic squad.
Absolutely. We like Ali Risk, that's for sure. So man.
So do this for me, Isaac. Give me your projections, based upon looking at the draw. Who are you thinking we're going to see maybe, in the semifinals here?
So you okay? So I, so first of all, I was sad or mad or whatever you want to call it to see Barty and Sabalenka in the same quarter because I didn't want to see them meeting up again. But I don't know that I see anybody getting in the way of that, even though Sakari could potentially. But I still think Sabalenka will take her out. Um, for me, I think that Barty is going to end up getting some revenge, and I have her making the semis. And so I think, honestly, I think it's going to be her, and I think it's going to be her against Iga.
Yep.
I don't know enough about Mugu because I was looking at Mugu and I was like, do I say Muguruza? I just don't know what form she's in since she's been off for a little bit. So I'm going to put my coins under Iga. So I think it's going to be a Barty Iga rematch in that top half semi, and I think the bottom. Of course, I think that mind you, even though I haven't seen Serena, I'm never going to not vote for Serena. So, and I really honestly want to see that Serena Osaka matchup. I have a feeling though that Jesse Pegula is going to not let that happen. I think Jesse Pegula gonna get that Osaka and be like, "Girl, this ain't your surface."
She gonna look at Osaka like you look like you out here sifting for crabs. This is not what we doing out here.
That's not what we doing.
That's not what we doing out here.
So I see Serena coming through on the semis just because, like I said, she's fresh and she should be trying to come out the gates and really getting some. And besides, her first couple rounds, she ain't got nobody. She'll play whoever, and then she'll probably I feel like she should be able to get through the early round. So I got Serena, and I'm actually going to step out there and say Halep. I think it's going to be a Halep Serena semifinal. Who you got?
I have everybody that you picked except for Halep.
Oh, okay. Who you got in that third quarter there?
I got Kvitova.
Oh, okay. I got
Kvitova.
Gotcha.
I think Kvitova will get there, and then maybe the moment will get too big for her at that point, and she'll lose. But but yeah, no. But I think I think that looks probable to me. Do you dare go past the semifinals?
Ooh. I was thinking about it as well. Because at the top, okay, and this is the thing, and like I said, this is why we need so much more time because there's so many thoughts I have here. I'm wondering if Barty is not peaking too soon, and I'm really concerned about her as well as Sabalenka because they are playing some ball, but I feel like they might be peaking too soon before the French, and I have a feeling that they are both going to be susceptible to an early round loss at the French, either one or both, because to me they're playing too good too soon.
That's a good perspective. Yeah, that's a really good perspective.
I'm concerned, and as much as I think Barty will win that match, I don't think that it will be good for her to win it. If I'm being honest with you,
gotcha. Right?
Because I think she needs to take a couple losses to be able to kind of reset and make sure she's right for the French. But I don't know that I see her losing to Iga, even though, like I said, because she just beat her. So I feel like Barty's so I'm gonna put Barty in the final. And in truth, because again, we haven't really seen Serena, haven't really seen that much of Halep. I'm of course just gonna stick with my queen, and I'm gonna put Serena Barty final.
That's what I'm going with.
There you go.
Yeah, that is exactly what I'm going with.
Brothers on tennis.
So let's jump over here to the men's side and just real quickly. Once again, the qualifying draw really looked like a 250 tournament. The people that we had come out of qualifying was Cam Norrie, who, once again, if you haven't been paying attention, he's been playing some ball this year.
Yes, sir.
You had Davidovich Fokina, who y'all already know. I had to put him on my JV squad.
Absolutely.
That's my guy. Tommy Paul trying to hold it down for the Americans as well as they can do. So moving over to the main draw here.
Yeah.
We have our anchors. We have, Djokovic at the top, and we have Nadal at the bottom.
Right.
Once again, talking about White Kyrgios, He did all that magic last week, and then let old ass Chilich put them
Right.
things on him. Chilich don't even look comfortable out there anymore. But he was like, if there's somebody I can beat, is I can beat Bublik.
Exactly. Exactly. And he did just that. And Bryce, there were two things that I wanted to see.
Oh yeah,
And
okay.
one of them happened and the other one didn't.
Okay.
And I will start. The first one that I wanted to happen was I was hoping honestly that Taylor Fritz would take the L, because I wanted to see a rematch of Djokovic and Daniel Evans.
Me too.
I really, really wanted to see that, because I feel like Djokovic would have been like, you know what? You got me once, but guess what? I got my apron on and I'm about to make some biscuits. And I think Daniel knew that as well. So he was like, yeah, let me go on ahead and bow out to Taylor Fritz.
Right, exactly.
Get out this fool's way. But the other one, bro, and I know that you felt the same way. I needed Kecmanovic to just get out the way, because I need to see this Russian battle. I need to see this Russian battle, Bryce. I'm so excited.
Let me tell you what. That is the feature match that I want to watch tomorrow. And here's the funny thing. Number one, we've been waiting to see Karatsev and Medvedev play, right?
Yes.
But here's the interesting thing. This is the one surface, or maybe not, because maybe grass will be it also, where Karatsev is probably the favorite.
I don't disagree. I actually think he goes into this match as the favorite. And I think he is going to jack up. I really do.
And I'm telling you what, remember he just jacked up Rublev.
Right.
And then
he ain't scared of him.
No, he is not. And like they said, when Karatsev was a junior, he was the one that they was thinking was going to be the one.
Right.
And, he wasn't, quite ready, but I guess like Tevin Campbell, I'm ready. He ready now. And he is taking names. And as much as I love Medvedev, I love Karatsev just as much. I'm calling Karatsev to take that victory tomorrow.
Right there with you, bro. I think he's going to do what. And besides, he's the elder statesman. I mean, in truth, and that's what we forget. He's the older of any of those Russians, so they look up to him. So there's that stigma as well. I fully expect Aslan to get out there and do the work and get that W. But yeah, I needed to see that. The minute that draw came out, I was like, Kecmanovic, I realize you with Nabandian now, but you need to get out the way, because I need to see this.
And that's something too that I wanted to mention. I saw that video of Nalbandian, coaching. Remember Nalbandian used to be a little chunky.
Dude, Nalbandian looked like he could be out on the tour right now.
Yes, Nalbandian looks good.
I was shocked. I was like, Nalbandian looked like listen, I might jump in one of these draws.
Right, exactly. He must have got on a plant-based diet or something. Nalbandian looks better than he ever did during his playing days. So good for him. Good for him.
Agreed.
Now, back to the draw.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
No, it's all good. There are crazy matchups just all over the place, because let's not forget, in this very next round, we got Nadal versus Sinner.
Yes, sir.
And I am so looking forward, to that.
Yeah.
And then, is this a rematch we have with Casper Ruud and Shapovalov?
I believe it is. Yes, it is. So we'll see what Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, Casper Ruud is on fire, bruh. So it'll be interesting to see if Chapo can bring something different to get him a W. But I don't know. Man.
And speaking of the Russians, I need you to help me understand how Delbonis, who had to qualify, right? He was a qualifier, right?
Yeah.
How he come out feeding hatching off a bagel?
Listen, now, first of all, last week, don't forget, Delbonis did make the third round of Madrid last week. So he actually is got a little bit of momentum right now. He's somebody to me that has underachieved, because he's a big old guy, got a big game, and just has never really put it together. So it's nice to see that he at least made the third round last week and got through qualies. And he was like, Karen, ain't nobody scared of you. Ain't nobody scared of Karen Hatchinoff. I'm sorry.
No,
He
I'm
be
telling you
taking
what,
L's left and right.
he has truly lost his Davis Cup spot.
Yeah,
It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone because I mean, what is it? They need four. He'll be on there just because I
Yeah,
don't think they have any other.
he'll be the one still wearing the jacket and
Exactly.
go
Default.
refresh the water and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
He got that funny wrist with that forehand. He can reach down in the bottom of that water bucket real good, and get them real cold bottles at the
The
bottom,
real
right?
cold ones, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. That's what he gonna bring to the Russian squad.
That's what he brings because he's taking these L's, man, and I don't understand what's going on with him because he's too good of a player to be taking these. But yeah, he's showing that he's definitely not on the level of the other three Russians at this point in time.
No, and wait a minute, and let's continue. FAA against Schwartzman. Karasev is like, FAA, you better get him before you get to me.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Quietly, I'm calling yet another upset. I actually think FAA is going to win that one. I think he's going to get past Schwartzman. I honestly, thinking of that quarter, I actually have Felix against Aslan. I have a rematch.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I have a rematch there. Yep.
Okay, and you want to talk about a crazy first round match? What about Berrettini and Basilashvili?
Right? I wrote that one down. I was like, dude.
That is going to be fire. I'm trying to tell you.
And Basilashvili, he got all that power, so it ain't like Berrettini going to be able to blow him off the court. He going to be like, I got a forehand too. And mine is actually faster.
Right, and a backhand.
And a backhand. So
and I got that good jab. I got that. Well, I catch you when you're not looking.
Right? Listen. But as crazy as it sounds, though, Bryce, I have a feeling Berrettini's going to pull it out because he's just been pulling shit out that I'm just like, how are you winning? And I keep underestimating him. So on this one, I'm actually going to kind of give him a little bit of the edge. I think he will actually get through that. I do.
I'm going to tell you what, though. There's going to be some interesting factors here. So, number one, him making it all the way to the finals and having played a long final, I don't know if he's going to have any kind of post effects with that.
Right.
Also, I don't know if them playing in Italy helps him or hurts him.
Good point.
I don't know if there'll be additional pressure or if he'll feel a little more relaxed.
I feel like he'll be more relaxed. For some reason, I just think those Italians, they just like, yo, get me home. I play good at home. Because I think Sinner's showing out. I think Musetti, you saw Musetti showed out. He told Hubie, he was like, everybody's scared of you. I'm in Italy. And told Hubie Hurkacz to sit down. So I have a feeling he will use that. And the fact that they've won, he don't want to get showed up. I feel like Berrettini's going to get through that one.
Right. Oh, and thank you, Miles. I completely forgot about that. Miles is reminding us that Casper Ruud withdrew. I forgot about that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's
so,
right.
So that's that. So, okay. So let's quickly, what are your thoughts for the end of the tournament?
Because I know we got to jump over to IG as well. So yes.
Go ahead.
So who I am picking on the top, as weird as it sounds after we done talked about all those folks, I'm actually picking a Novak versus Team semifinal.
Yep.
And on the bottom, and this is where some of y'all may laugh, but I'm actually going to pick an FAA Nadal semifinal.
Okay. Why is it always that third quarter that we can't get right?
I know, right?
That third quarter we can't get right. Because I'm with you up top. I say Djokovic Team. Yeah. Of course, I'm saying Nadal, at the bottom.
Right.
But you know me, I'm going with Karasev.
I wanted to. I just feel like Felix is, like I say, he's with Uncle Tony. And he needs to kind of, Aslan got him at the AO after he was up 2-0, I believe it was, and then something like that. I feel like FAA is gonna potentially get him. I don't know why I got the feeling, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Okay, it may be gas, but so we got and then beyond that, are we thinking Djokovic Nadal final?
I do. Yeah, I think as well as Team and Felix / Aslan will play, I still feel like Novak and Nadal are trying to position themselves to be talked about at the French. So I see that as being the final.
And you want to put a little thought on who you think's going to win that one?
I'm giving it to Nadal. I already told you I will not vote against Nadal. I'm past
Right.
that. I have gotten past that, and I'm gonna vote for him until he proves me wrong. Now, mind you, he hasn't had the strongest clay court, fight thus far. He's taken some L's, but I just think it's all power for the course. He's just getting himself ready so that when he gets to the French, he's peaking and he's gonna drive some folks. And it's best 3 out of 5 there. So I still feel like he will get this one done.
Okay. Well, look.
How about you? Who do you pick?
Oh, yeah, I'm right there with you. Know me. I'm Nadal all day on clay.
There you go. All day on clay. Hey.
All day on clay. But I do want to see him play Karatsev.
Yes.
I don't think Karatsev's going to win, but I want to see it.
Right. Right.
But anyway, you're absolutely right. We have to get ready and go and get over on Instagram. For people that are listening to this as a podcast, I apologize because this good stuff that we are about to go through on Instagram Live, look, let this be a promotion for you to follow us on Mondays at 7:00 p.m. Pacific time on Instagram Live. It is our official after show, is where we really bring it. We got some good stuff to go through today. Also, if you are listening to this as a podcast, you have the opportunity to participate in our live recording here on Locker Room. Download the app both at the Apple App Store, or like Isaac said, there is a limited Android beta going on right now. So go ahead and get your hands in on that. So, Isaac, any final words you have for this week?
No, brother. I'm just excited to get to IG, talk about these hot topics, but great show today. Great content. And hopefully everybody's out there watching this good tennis.
All right. Well, on behalf of the podcast, this has been your boy Bryce.
And this is your boy Isaac.
And we are Brothers on Tennis. We'll talk to you next week.